Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, creatures and critters of all shapes and sizes, cohorts, conspecifics, carpet-based life forms, the newest members of our conservation family, and the newest superheroes of life. Welcome to the world-famous 100-year-old San Diego Zoo!
Yay!
I like this. It's a very polite group. Ooh, I scored.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Denise. I'm going to be your tour bus guide for the next 35 minutes or so as we tour around the zoo. See what the animals are up to. Talk about what we see along the way.
Yeah.
It looks like the clouds are moving in. I hear it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so
really?
that's actually good. It's going to cool the place off right now. And that means the larger animals were more prone to be active.
Yeah.
So that's all good news for us. All right, let's get ourselves over to the other side of the front plaza. As we do, we're passing by our iconic Flamingo Lagoon over on the right-hand side. Those are Caribbean flamingos over there. And beyond the Flamingo Lagoon is the Lost Forest, where you'll find all of our apes, most of our monkeys, and our walking aviaries. The part of the zoo is way out in front of us where the umbrellas are. It's the Discovery Outpost. That's where you'll find the Children's Zoo, the Reptile House, one of the 4D theaters, and the exits.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We're heading down Tiger River Canyon. A couple of safety reminders before we get started here. Please keep your arms and legs inside the bus at all times. Please keep your cameras inside the bus. Please keep your children inside the bus. If you would like to stand up, that is quite all right. Just hang on to something if you're going to do that. And please keep in mind that there is no standing allowed on the benches. So you can stand, but you got to keep those feet on the floor. No sneezing allowed either.
Which is Simone.
All right, here we go, heading down Tiger River Canyon. So here's the deal. Lots of rainforest areas around the zoo. This is one of them. This is our Southeast Asian rainforest area. We have a lot of plants here at the zoo. A lot of them are endangered. We are a botanical garden, technically speaking, and we're trying very hard to unendanger those endangered plant species along with the endangered animal species that we have here as well. All the zoos in the United States these days are still called zoos, but we're fundamentally conservation organizations because there are so many endangered species out there. So we are trying to lead the fight against extinction with your help. This is a nonprofit conservation organization here, so just by virtue of you sitting on this bus, you are the newest members of our conservation family, believe it or not. You're helping us do all that great conservation work, and that's why I greeted you as the newest members of our conservation family and the newest superheroes for wildlife. Man, if you and the guy do something, step up and help those animals and plants out there. Not much at the moment. This is where the Malayan tigers live. But I don't see a tiger in there, do you? Anyone see a tiger?
Where's the tiger?
Oh, he's in the back corner? Which back corner? On the bottom?
Oh!
In the top. Oh, well, he may have moved because I just came from up here. Oh, he's way the heck up there. Okay, we're going to do a little boost now. I'll go by really slowly, so just look back, way back over your right shoulder, and you'll see him up there. He's lying down. His big brother was on the other side of the bamboo up there, so he likes to go up and hang out with his big brother. All tigers are solitary, but they still like to hang out with their little mates from time to time. The two Malayan tigers that live in this lower area that we're going to pass right now are not fully mature yet. They're still they're about 3 years old or so. And as I said, they are Malayan tigers. All tigers are endangered. Every single species helping us do that. Let's see what's going on up here. This is our river hippo pool coming up on the right. Our 2 river hippos are in there today, Mama and her baby girl. Mama Funani, or Mama Fu, we call her for short, and then her little baby girl's name is Devi. D-E-V is a victory I. And little Debbie's going to be 2 years old in not too long, in March. She has her 2-year-old birthday.
Like you, 2 years old.
It looks like they're way back in the corner there. The folks are standing under the water. Hippos spend almost the whole day under the water. That's what they do in the wild, too. It helps protect their skin from the sun and from the insects. They also produce their own sunscreen right in
The monkey.
inside.
See?
They're Allen swamp monkeys and red-tailed monkeys. You can tell them apart because the red-tailed monkeys have a red tail. The Allen swamp monkeys
See the
do not.
monkey?
The structures that you see out there are called utilitries. We use utilitries in lots of our enclosures. All zoos do these days. And the utilitries are built to suit specific species. For the monkeys, they look like climbing structures because they allow monkeys to jump around in their enclosure, which is what monkeys love. And as we do, we're coming right up alongside our African marsh area. It's right over here on the left. A variety of bird species in here, and my favorite ones in here are the great white pelicans in the back there, the big white birds. One of them in the pond, 3 of them up on the shore there. Great white pelicans come from Africa. They are the largest of all the pelican species. They have the second widest wingspan of any bird on this entire planet, over 12 and a half feet wide, which is wider than the bus is, by the way. So we plopped one on the front of the bus and spread the wings out. Yeah, wider than the bus. They're enormous birds. The only bird that has a wider wingspan is the albatross. But look up at the tree and you'll see, oh my goodness, all sorts of wildlife up here. Got a couple of blue herons up there and a bunch of white egrets up there, which I'm sorry to say are not part of our bird collection. They are what we refer to in the zoo biz as freeloaders, because that's what they are. They just live here in San Diego, and they know a good thing when they see it, so they fly in the morning. We do feed them, because that's how we roll. And then when it gets dark, they leave. Freeloaders, all of them. And I say that with the utmost of love and light. The yellow sign that we just passed is one of the kangaroo bus stops. There are 4 of those kangaroo bus stops located all around the zoo. We're going to pass all of them on our tour, and I will try very hard to point because they're polar bears. They love raw carrots. One day we drove up in a tour bus here, and our male was out in the pool, just like he's in a jacuzzi, with a carrot in each hand and just sitting there, you know, like he's drinking cocktails in a jacuzzi. It was hilarious. Yeah, orange food. Okay, more gazelles over on our right-hand side, and if that was too much information, I'm sorry, but I find it fascinating. Cuvier's gazelle, southern terrorus over on our right. And at the top of the hill, the Jacoan peccaries. First time I've seen them all day. It's my 3rd tour of the day, and first time seeing the Jacoan peccaries over here on the right. They're from South America. They are not a gazelle. They are not an antelope. They are a New World pig. And they are found in South America. What an adorable shape. Jacoan peccaries. There's our Safari West station right over here on our left. This is the quickest way to get back to the front of the zoo. It's about a 4.5-minute ride. And it's our aerial tram. It's been with us since 1969. Which has food stories in the sky. And it was built by a company from Switzerland way back in 1969. Okay, hang on, don't cross that road yet. There's one of our other 4D theater on the right. Remember, the other one is in the Children's Zoo. Mountain lions are over on our left-hand side, and they are up on top of the stone wall right across the way there on the left. So as we roll by, just peer in there, and you'll see one of the male is right over here on the left. Over your right shoulder, you'll see one of our main wolves hunkered down right up against the wall there. We have 2 females that live in here, and not a wolf at all. They were misnamed when they were first identified. That was over 100 years ago before DNA technology. And now we know they are not related to wolves whatsoever, but the name has stuck. We still call them Maine wolves. They're found in South America. They're a very solitary animal, which is very different from what wolves do. They're also unable, completely in case Zoo is our walk-through living museum. Opened up back in 2009, and it focuses on Southern California 13,000 years ago. It talks about the animals that used to live here that are now extinct, like the giant sloth and the Columbian mammoth, the American lions. Yes, we have lions in Southern California 13,000 years ago. The hyraxes over here on the left that used to inhabit all of North America, and they were the size of horses back then. And they just gradually decreased in size as time went by. It's a little easier to survive when you're smaller than if you're larger. The closest living relative to the hyraxes, like the ones over there, is, believe it or not, the elephant. They share a lot of commonalities between them. the structure of their foot. They also have little tusks, little tiny tusks in their mouth like elephants do. It's hard to see them from here, but they have little tiny tusks on their upper jaws, just like elephants do. And over here on our right-hand side, we have the African lions, reminiscent of the American lions that used to be in North America 13,000 years ago. Beyond the lions, way over on the other side there, the Columbian mammoth model. Columbian mammoths used to roam around in Northern California, or North America, sorry, 13,000 years ago. They unfortunately now are extinct. The American lions occur to extinct lions around. And our male and our female, and Bari is the male, and Kosha is the female. So those are the African lions. They're the only social big cattle. The big cats are solitary, like the one that's right there behind the right. Oh my gosh. That's one of our jaguars. Where'd he go? Did he go around the other side? So the jaguars are the largest cat in South America. Oh, there he is over here. Largest cat in South America. They're found in the rainforest of South America, so they are one of those really valuable rainforest animals that we're trying so hard to protect. And you're doing it too. Every time you take a reusable bag with you to the store, it really does help protect the rainforest because it helps to shrink your carbon footprint. Anything that does that helps the rainforest and all the animals that live there. Rainforests cover less than 6% of our planet, but over 50%. Yeah, I've got a couple of bears tapirs across the way, also from South America, and some capybaras over there, the largest rodents on the planet. And that's our black-throated goose over there, standing on the lawn. Both the capybara and the tapir are prey animals of the jaguar. It's interesting that they're located right across from the jaguar. Don't know how they feel about that. Oh, goody, we made it to the elephant. Oh, and some guanacos over here on the right, also from South America. Not prey animals of the jaguar, they're found in the grassland area. Elephant. So we have 5 elephants here altogether, and they're all retired. They're no longer reproducing. 5 females, and we've got one standing down here at the feeding trough, and then another one over by the utility. Now that's an elephant utility. Notice how different it looks from those monkey utility that we saw earlier. The monkey utility, more designed like a climbing structure, as we said before. The elephant utility constructed to be a rubbing utensil for the elephants. Elephants love to rub up against things. They get itchy and scratchy, and so they rub up against trees and big structures like these to scratch and itch, and sometimes they just like to lean against them. So they have to be able to withstand the push of an elephant. That's Shaba over there, and Shaba is demonstrating her big food ball. It's another way that we are trying to pioneer and optimize the welfare of our elephants especially. So that food ball has holes drilled into it, and then there are lots of little seeds and food items inside that food ball. So when the elephant jostles it around, the food spills out onto the ground, and then she can pick up the food with her trunk. So it just provides another way for the elephant to get food, which, and it turns out is really important for animals in an enclosed area like a zoo. You see the heaters are on out there, the red lights in the middle part of that utility, so we have heaters built in there. Also sprinklers built into the top layer of the utility to get, they love to swim, they love to dive into water, they love to roll in the water and the mud, and then they love to dust themselves down with dirt afterwards. It's their way of putting on sunscreen, helps protect their skin from the sun, and it keeps them cool as well. That's our elephant care center over there on the right. Our elephants are checked over every day, every single day, every elephant, and given a pedicure. And then she's redecorating over there. The secretary bird is found in Africa. They are a terrestrial bird of prey. So they're a bird of prey just like a hawk or an eagle, but they don't hunt from the sky, they hunt on the ground. That's why they have those long legs you see that she has. They stalk their prey through the grass and then kill their prey by stomping on it. Roaming around San Diego. It was called the Dad right down there on the right. There's another one of our female African elephants underneath that other utility. Have a little snack, it looks like, at the moment. So all of the tree trunks that you see out there, there's another food ball out there, and all the gizmos that are hanging from the top of that utility, those are in the zoo business called enrichment objects. And they provide food for the, takes a lot of energy, and that's good. So we're always trying to figure out more creative ways to get our animals to be more active, give more exercise, give them different ways of acquiring food. Keeps our animals really happy. That's Debbie over there. She's one of our female Asian elephants. Have a little snack. Elephants in the wild, of course, having a very tough time because of poaching for their tusks. Check the elephants, the rhinos, the giraffes, all the other animals are being poached to various different body parts. Well, there's a hump over there across the wall. We're going to see if one of our camels over there. We have two female camels that live in there, and they are dromedary camels. That's the one version of the camel. The wild dromedary camels are found in Africa, in the Middle East. There's also a pharaoh group of them in Australia. The rock right here to our right, and the other two up on the utility. Now that's the condor utility, which just looks like a big tree, a big dead tree, but it provides a lot of perching space for the condors. So again, another way we've tried to give our condors, in this case, different opportunities to perch and fly from point to point. Condors are kind of an iconic symbol for us here at the zoo. We almost lost them to extinction back in 1980. We were down to only 22 of them, and that was because of pest, and that's a good thing. So back in 1980, we were down to only 22 of these California condors. And so here's what we did about that. We partnered up with the LA Zoo and the Condor Recovery Project, built ourselves a very fancy condorminium out at our sister facility, the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. And we brought all 22 of those remaining birds to any future donation that you did to make. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we've got some meerkats over here on the right. I see one perched up on the boulder there. I'm not sure where the other ones are. They're kind of scattered at the moment. The meerkat's closest cousin is the mongoose, and they are found in southern Africa. And they're very tough. The Kopi area is it's actually an Afrikaans word that means rocky outcropping. They're in Africa. The Kopi is formed by volcanic rocks that pop out of the soil and rise really high out of the earth, provide a lot of habitat space for lots of different animals. So this is our Kopi area there. We have clip springers in there, mongooses, hyraxes, and silvercats. To be down there, that was Dog and Cat Canyon for any regulars that are on the bus. The Dog and Cat Canyon originally opened up way back in 1960. And it's where we used to have our casinos are not doing very well in the wild. They are in serious danger of disappearing. And so we're going to try to save them, much like we did with the California condor. Partnered up with several other organizations, and we're all going to try to establish breeding colonies below that. Have a pouch, like a kangaroo, so they're not bears. No one's going to be calling them koala bears. They do not have a last name, only a first name, kind of like Madonna. Koalas. Female koalas live right over there in the corner there that we just came around. The male koalas are up here at the other end. On the other side of this building that we're passing at the moment. That's the Queenslander House over to our right. The center point of the Australian outback area. Male koalas. And you can see that little koala utility, those black poles with the black holes on the top. Each one of those, please don't touch the bus. Each one of those is a koala utility. And the males each have their own utility over here on our right-hand side because they are very territorial. We can't mix the male koala cells for anybody, including the koala. All right, we've officially entered the urban jungle, which is shaped like a giant bagel, as it is. So anywhere else except right here. And there's kangaroo bus stop number 1. With a kangaroo bus stop at it and busy loading them. Oh, and look, the rhino boys are around over here on the right-hand side. That's Jizan and Jayu. Jayu on the right-hand side, Jizan on the left. Both of them have the little early evening meal. Thank you very much. They are greater one-horned rhinos, one of the Asian species of rhinoceros. Again, all rhinos are in danger because of that big fat fingernail that grows on their face. Dang nabbit. Poachers are slaughtering rhinos to try and get to that rhino horn, which they think has curative properties. It does not. It's made of the same material as your fingernails. If it cured anything, we'd all be chewing our fingernails now. And we'd be healthy as horses. We don't. We're not. So we'd like those big fat fingernails to stay on the faces of the rhino. Let's look over here on our left-hand side. The Maasai giraffes are out. This is one of the 4 species of giraffe.
So it's at least a year old.
And that little, the youngest, smallest giraffe over there is our young guy. He's the youngest in our group, our tower of giraffes. He's about 10 months old. His name is Roko,
Okay.
which is the Swahili word for spirit. Part that kind of blows my mind. Amazing. The tallest land animal, and they also are being poached for their tails and various other body parts, unfortunately. Oh, look at this. Zari, our Grant zebra. Zari and Sophia Loren, the miniature Mediterranean donkey over here. They are best friends, BFFs, these two. And they are 2 of our many animal ambassadors. The animal ambassadors here at the zoo are the animals that go out into the public. They go to hospitals and schools and talk shows and try to raise awareness, get our conservation message out to other people and get people on board with what we're trying to do here is endangered species. So they play a very important role in our education and outreach. Our Red River. Hi, Murphy. How are you? Hi, Murphy. Where's Mina? Mina. They are from Africa. The Red River hogs are just an adorable pig species. They're part of the Old World pig group, contrary to the New World pig group that the Chicoan peccaries belong to that we saw earlier. It's 3 years old on the left. So they're not full grown. They're going to put on at least another 1,000 pounds of them. So they're, it's a big animal. They're rhinoceros. They belong to the odd-toed hoofed animal group. So that means they're related most closely to horses and taters. Versus the even-toed hoofed animal group, like giraffes and deer and